So a horny teenage boy who's 15, who gets put into a situation with Kelly LeBrock, is not going to say no, most likely. However, that does not make
horny teenage boy that's put in a situation with a wet sock is not going to say no.
You're back. Welcome to Cinematics Problematics, where we celebrate your guilty pleasures. I'm Chrissy Reddick.
And I am Erin Maxwell. And welcome, friends, to the podcast that asks a very important question. Are all John Hughes movies fucked up? Yes. Today, we look at 1985's Weird Science, a movie that follows two unpopular high school students named Gary and Wyatt who used their Memotech 1983 British computer in order to create the perfect women, leading to wholesome hijinks, which include showering with a magic lady that's 10 years their senior, the destruction of property, and all the traffic violations that you can possibly imagine. That's right, with just 64 kilobytes of RAM and a Barbie doll, they managed to create the most perfect human being on the face of the earth, Lisa. And not only is it a slightly sexist premise, just slightly, but it is also one of the most defining teen comedies of the 1980s, a cult classic, and a personal favorite over here in these parts. Weird Science was directed by John Hughes. It has a runtime of 94 minutes, and it starred Anthony Michael Hall as Gary, Ilan Mitchell-Smith as Wyatt, Kelly LeBrock as Lisa, the most perfect human being on the face of the earth, and someone I personally admire. Bill Paxton as Chet, another perfect human being.
Yes.
As far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. as Ian. Robert Ressler as Max. Chrissy, when was the first time you saw Weird Science?
Okay, usually I have a distinct movie theater memory, when I have actually seen something in the theater. So I actually don't know if I saw it in the theater, but I do remember just playing it out on VHS at home. And I watched this movie so many times. I watched it on repeat. I thought it was so funny. I thought it was so adorable. I loved Kelly LeBrock. I wanted to be her when I grew up. And I mean, it was just a fun, uncomplicated kind of teen romp. You get used to John Hughes movies being, it had that kind of, you had these very relatable teen characters. You had the nerds, who are kind of down and out and they get teased and you're kind of rooting for them. It had all the hallmarks of your classic John Hughes movies, and it was hilarious. And I was completely unaware of all the problematic elements when I watched it because, first of all, it was the 80s and all the movies were like this. There was always, a little bit of sexism, a little bit of racism, a little bit of, and it was always, done with gusto, done with glee and joy. And I admired the 80s for that. And so this this one didn't fall short. I mean, it's a completely ridiculous premise. I mean, even for, my very, very young eyes, I was I know you can't do that with a computer. But that was the biggest problem for me in the film to begin with, because everything else to me was perfect. And so I adored it when I first saw it. And I had not watched this movie in years. I had not seen this movie all the way through in forever, and I still knew every single freaking word to it. Every single one. So what about you, Erin?
I saw this on VHS, and I remember very clearly that I was watching it with my family. And when it got up to the point where they were showering with Kelly LeBrock, my dad went up to the VCR and said, nope, and shut it off.
Really?
And I had very little parental supervision. Very rarely did that ever happen. But that one point it happened. Now, did that stop us from watching it? No, because you had a couple days on your video cassettes and we woke up way earlier than our parents. So that didn't really stop us from watching it.
Right.
It just delayed it.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of with me and my divorced parents. It's Mom would say, oh, this movie was great, but you absolutely can't see it. And then the next weekend I'd be like, Dad, guess what we're seeing this weekend at the movie theater?
Exactly.
So yeah, I always found a way. And it was so funny because I remember when I would actually go with my mom to see actual R-rated movies, she'd try to cover my eyes as if this was shit I had never seen before in my life, and I had seen way worse. So, yeah, that's funny to me that your dad would shut off the movie with the shower scene because you don't see anything.
No, you don't see anything, but we weren't like it just started and I think he was afraid we were going to see something.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean,
So
they
he
still
didn't know how far it was going to take it. And I think he like got up, looked, saw it was rated R.
uh-huh.
Because this isn't
Is
R
it rated
rated.
R?
Is it? I thought,
No. No. There's no way this is rated R.
I know it is because there's nudity in here.
Well, I think there's like it's got to be PG-13. Wait, hold on. I'm looking this up as we speak.
It's got the use of the F word more than once. And as
It's
I said,
PG-13.
oh, it is PG-13, even though there's boobies.
Yeah, apparently.
Because there's those, and it's not even Kelly LeBrock's boobies. It's the poor woman that gets all of
They
her
get sucked
clothes
out into
sucked
the
out in the
chimney.
living room.
I mean, it wouldn't be like a 1980s teen comedy without just like some random boob shot, you know?
Right. And that
So
poor lady was just playing piano. She's
by the
just
time,
playing piano. She's just playing like Mozart, and then she like had her boobies exposed.
yeah, I mean, well, by the time this movie rolled around, it was like almost like required by
Right.
the to have like some just random boobs in your movie. Like that was just what you did. I think it
But
was in
this,
Save the Cat too. It's like you have to add just a boob shot.
right. Like this was the ultimate 80s wish fulfillment fantasy for boys.
Yes.
I mean, I guess for girls, nah, mostly for
No,
boys.
this is
No,
not for
no.
girls. I mean,
I was
I
like,
thoroughly enjoy this film, but it's not written for girls at all.
I will give them this. Like when they're creating Lisa, they give her the brains of Einstein.
I think that was an accident. They were actually even like, okay, so this is why I say it's like an accident. I'm not sure what they were doing there because they actually questioned whether they should give her a brain at all,
That's true.
which is
But
part of the problem.
but they did end up giving her the brain because they gave her the brain capacity of Einstein, they gave her the beauty of a model, and then they gave her the party attitude of David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
And then that was the issue, really.
And that was Kelly LeBrock in a nutshell in this film. I mean,
Yes.
perfect.
And Kelly LeBrock is, again, I don't think that our chances of meeting Kelly LeBrock are very high, but if we do,
No.
Kelly, if you listen to this, I just need you to know that you're a perfect human being.
She is
Never
perfect.
change.
She is perfect. Lisa is perfect. Like, it's like part of the irony is that they, set out to create like this perfect woman, which is like kind of like problematic, and we'll get to that, like building her and shit. But she actually is kind of perfect, but not in the way that they imagined, right? She's like
Right.
perfect in the way that I was like, oh, she's gorgeous. She's really smart. She's sassy. She's really funny. She's outgoing. She's,
Confident.
confident.
Brilliant.
She's emotionally intelligent. Like she's everything. Like she's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite female characters in like ever. Just because she was like made for this role.
She was made for this role. I'm
she's, like,
sad they
so
didn't do
natural.
like a whole franchise with her
Yeah.
where she's like this wish fulfilling genie.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like I would have loved to have seen that. I know that there was a TV series that
Mhm.
had like Vanessa Angel, but
Oh.
it was just extended more of this. It
Mhm.
was just more of Wyatt and Gary and Lisa.
Right. I would have absolutely watched more Kelly LeBrock as Lisa. Because
Right.
she played this part in a singular way that I don't think that can be replicated very easily by many people. I was reading actually like some trivia, and I read that Robin Wright was offered the role for this. That would have been a completely different movie.
Like she's super cute and pretty, but she doesn't have like that bite your bottom lip sex appeal that Kelly LeBrock has.
Yeah, no, for sure. And she's got like an edge. Not
Right.
Robin Wright, but Kelly LeBrock. I think that,
Yeah.
okay, Robin Wright later definitely had edge. Like House of Cards, Robin Wright, edge. Straight
Right.
up edge. But
Look, throw her into an asymmetrical haircut and she's got edge. Absolutely. But like during this time when she was still like Princess Buttercup,
that would have been a tough sell.
Yeah, she's just pastels and butterflies.
Yeah, it would have just been a really rough fit. I don't know. It would have been a really plain. Well, I don't know. See, I like to give Robin Wright more credit than that because she's like a phenomenal actress. I just don't know if she had this type of energy back then in 1985.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that's like the only thing that I would hold. I mean, I stand for.
I mean,
Robin
she's a
Wright
phenomenal
big time.
actress.
Oh, she's
Maybe
incredible.
given the opportunity and like nipple clamps. She could have shown another side of herself.
Yeah. Wow, you really went there. Um, now I can't get the picture out of my head. Damn it.
Wesley, go fetch us some water.
Please remove my nipple clamps.
On the other side of the spectrum, you also have Bill Paxton, who just walks away with the film. He just
Oh my
like
God.
it's just him and Kelly LeBrock fighting for screen time. So when they finally meet, it's just magical.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there's something about Bill Paxton douchebag that's like a special
Yeah.
brand of douchebag that's so it's like so amazing and it pierces through the screen and you want to punch him in the face so hard, but you can't because he's so funny. Like if you take this, I mean, Hudson is kind of a douche in Aliens, but amazing. So
I always
great.
think of this as the prequel to Dalians because I just see Hudson as a natural extension of this character.
It kind of is. For sure. But then he also plays like douchebag car salesman dude in True Lies. Great
That's
douchebag
true.
character. Like he's amazing at this. It's like
He's
it was like he
so
returned to his
he
typecasting in that one.
Yeah, he was so good at playing douchebags. He was great at it. It
Yeah.
really was like
And he
his
looked like he was
forte.
having a blast while he was doing it too. I mean, you can't be mad at the guy.
I mean, listen, he's great at chasing like tornadoes and whatever.
And marrying multiple women and
Sure,
yeah.
he's great at
Mhm.
marrying multiple women too.
Yeah. This makes me sad for Bill Paxton. Okay, R.I.P.
But
man. We love
w-
you.
what's great about this film is that it's peak like John Hughes weirdness.
Yes.
It's like it's him just letting his freak flag fly.
Hmm. Well, I mean,
And
and he was like his story, like he did not want to, like he was actually annoyed that he had to write this script and finish it out because he wanted to focus on the Breakfast Club. And so this was kind of like his throwaway movie, which I mean, it is a pretty basic plot. Like there's not like it's not an extremely complex film. I mean, Breakfast Club is like on another level kind of. I mean, because it's funny, it's deep, it's super angsty, much more grounded than his usual stuff, you know? But this one was just like, yeah, he let his freak flag fly. It is just 93 minutes of fun and irreverence, and I'm here for all of it.
every character in it is just dialed up to 11.
Hmm.
And so you have Gary is super awkward, Wyatt is super awkward to the point where I think there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Chet is a monster, Lisa is a goddess. The bikers look like they just escaped a post-apocalyptic
Oh, they're straight from
hellscape.
Mad Max. They're straight from Mad Max.
Nobody is realistic. Like
No.
absolutely no one in this movie is realistic.
Do you think Deb and Hilly are realistic?
No.
Because they have no depth whatsoever.
I mean, they're not really characters.
They're not.
Like
They're so
there's
yeah, they're so
giant
one-dimensional.
chunks of their personality missing. Like they flip on a dime when it comes to their feelings about Gary and Wyatt.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and yeah,
they're
they
just there
don't
for
have any.
plot.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot going on for them. They were poorly written. I love you, John Hughes, but you missed the mark on Deb and Hilly. When I watch this as like a grown woman, I look at Deb and Hilly and I look at Gary and Wyatt. I'm just like, so they're pretty. This is it. Like you just want to get the pretty girl, and I guess that is like very true of teenage boys, which is why they decide to build a woman and decide her cup size via computer imaging.
Right.
But this is like not Carolyn from 16 Candles, right?
No, it's like every character here is a massive exaggeration of a real person or real personality or some sort of stereotype.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a sincerity behind it that I
Hmm.
really enjoy.
It's
So at
totally
the end,
screwball. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
But it's
there's like
like,
a cute moral message about being yourself and being sweet and like being who you are. And she, like Lisa, inspires people and she doesn't stick around. And the combination of Lisa being awesome, Chet being a dickbag and just being awful, and then having like one of the greatest theme songs.
oh, so good. Oingo boingo. Thank you.
You thank you, Oingo Boingo.
Weird.
Thank you, movie. Everybody say thank you to the movie.
Thanks, movie. Okay, should we get into the crimes now?
Yeah, there's just one thing I just wanted to say real quick because I don't know when I'm going to be able to fit this, and it's just like has to do with my very favorite thing that this movie inspired,
Okay.
which is a couple years ago. So there was this parody meme that was going on that had to deal with the comic book, not the movie, of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen by Alan Moore, where it took the cover. If you ever seen the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, it was like Alan Quartermain, Mina from Dracula, Captain Nemo, Invisible Man, Jekyll and Hyde. Was it Mina from Dracula? I can't remember if that was movie or comic book. I forgot. But anyway, so it was all these characters from literary characters. And then they go and they fight crime together. Great. Whatever.
Mhm.
They did parody poster of what it would look like from the 80s. And in the parody poster of the 80s, it was Lisa with MacGyver, Doc Brown, Mr. T, and Jack Burton as
Jack
the
Burton.
sequel. And it was called League of Extraordinary Gentlemen America 1988.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and then they did, I mean, they did another one too that was like the following year. It was like 1990 edition. It was like Beetlejuice, Nancy from The Craft, Scully, Zach from Saved by the Bell, and Tequila from Hard Boiled. And I'm like, oh no, I'm like 100% here for this. I think Rufus from like Bill and Ted was also in there.
Oh my God.
Anyway, it was just one of the greatest memes ever, but I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, yes.
Well, thank you. I love that story. Thank you
Okay.
for that.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to tell it to my grandkids one day.
I'm sure you will, along with way more disturbing stories that you have to tell. I wish
Yes.
I was
Yes.
your grandchild. That'd be so much fun.
So problems. What problems do we have with this? Should we all say it together with the first big problem?
Well, I mean, I don't know what your first. I mean, I think that there's
What's
a
your
pretty
big?
big.
I'm sure yours is the same as mine. So you start.
So, I mean, okay, it's objectification. However,
Yes. That is the big problem.
But the thing is, like, okay, we've talked about objectification like a lot on this podcast. It has shown up a lot in a lot of the films that we have reviewed. But this is like it in its like purest form. Like they are literally building a woman out of parts. Not like hardware parts, but they're like using the computer and they're like tearing up magazine pages and like they're basically taking pieces of other people or representations of other people and saying maybe if we jam all these together, we can build the perfect woman. And they get a Barbie doll, they put her in like that little crop top thing and like the underwear, and they give her a cup size and all this stuff. And the reason why they're doing it is because they want someone to date. They want somebody to kiss or make out with and have sex with. Like this is the whole purpose behind building like this woman that they can just be the master of. And so the premise itself is very gross, accurate to what teenage boys would actually do, but gross nonetheless. So what about you, Erin?
Number one with a bullet is objectification of women. For me, the entire premise just treats women as a product because, and they spend a lot more time on what her tits would look like than they do any other part of her body.
Right. And questioning whether they should give her a break. Like
And then they question whether
the
or not
fact
to give her a
that they were having a conversation about, you want to talk about product requirements, about that one requirement. That one's a doozy. That one, I think, it clues you into their intent more than any other part of the conversation that they had while building this woman. So, and here's the thing, it's like, this is something that John Hughes is always really good at, is really touching upon like these really true, very real angsty feelings and mindsets of young boys specifically. I mean, he did a good job like with, 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink and stuff like that too. But there is a lot of honesty here in how teenage boys think about women, especially boys who are like rejected, boys that don't ever get to date the cute girl and stuff like that. It's like it gets manifested into these extreme ways of thinking, like, how do I remedy this situation? Oh, I know, I'm just gonna like build a woman that's just gonna do whatever I say, which honestly like hit a little bit harder now because of the whole manosphere stuff. That would actually be a great sequel, is to put Kelly LeBrock with two guys that have been sucked in by the manosphere and she has to fix them. But anyways, I digress.
And she can't, so she just puts them into the computer and makes her own version of men that are better.
I love it. I love it. Let's write the screenplay, Aaron.
It sounds great. It sounds so good.
Do you have any oh, another thing, and we kind of touched upon this a little bit earlier, but Deb and Hilly are just non-characters. Like
Yeah,
they're pretty girls just there to be looked
so
at, and
that's
they
actually
just
my second issue. I
okay, so
had
you
that down.
separated them out of the objectification
Yeah, I separated
category.
that
Okay.
because I put them on a different level than Kelly LeBrock, because Kelly LeBrock I felt was, even though she's objectified writing wise, she was well written
Mhm.
for what she is,
Yeah, for sure.
which is a Frankenstein wish fulfilling monster of a sort, you know?
Yeah.
But she's great. But the female characters are often defined simply by their appearance. And that is Hilly and that is Deb, and Gary and Wyatt obsess over them. So even though, and from the minute we see them, from the way we're introduced to them, is that this is clearly the two girls that they have crushes on and what inspired their loneliness. And they are willing to ditch Lisa on a moment's notice just to be with them. And Deb and Hilly are very much with Ian and other dickhead boy. Um,
Max.
Max,
Mhm.
yes. Much of the boys' motivation revolves around attracting girls that they consider either very attractive or very popular, but not really based on whether or not they're funny or whether or not they can hang out. Because they're not that close with them. They
Yeah.
can't get that close to them. They can only see them from afar. And the girls are initially just treated more as goals. They're goals for the end of the movie,
Mhm. They're means
and
to an
that's
end.
all they are.
Yeah.
So once they achieve those goals, that's when Kelly LeBrock goes away. She's like, I've done everything that in my power. You're now men because you have hot girls. Congratulations. You're now men. This is
Yeah.
like a bar mitzvah for you. You are now fully developed characters because you were able to kiss other 15-year-old girls.
Right. With matching hair color, by the way.
Yes, which is like girls that look like your sisters.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Well done. But like one thing about Deb and Hilly that I don't know if I clocked this the last time I watched it. Once again, it's been forever since I've seen it all the way through. And maybe I wasn't paying attention like when I had it on, but they're kind of like in the beginning, like they're not entirely likable. Like they don't seem like they seem like relatively harmless. But at the same time, like after Ian and Max, like they dump the Slurpee on the guys
Yeah.
at the mall and they consider breaking up with them. They're like, do we break up with them? And they're like, oh, we'll be put into a social coma if we break up with them. And so like they decide to put up with this bullshit because like their social cachet is going to deteriorate if they are single all of a sudden. Like they'd rather be with these douchebags and go for the social status than be by themselves. Which
Don't
once
they
again
they
is kind of
do
like a high school girl thing to do, kind of, but
right.
you know.
And don't they do like a bait and switch also with like a larger girl?
Yeah. Oh, well, that was I think you're thinking about the shower scene. Oh no,
Yeah.
not the shower scene. It was the scene
No,
when they're in the bathroom with them and they go and hide out in the
yes.
shower and then they peek over the shower and then like there's two like instead of like Deb and Hilly, it's like two much larger versions of
Yeah.
Deb and
And then
Hilly.
they run into Kelly LeBrock. She's like, how you should shower with them. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'm like,
She's like, it's a mind scrambler.
yeah.
She's so good. Oh yeah, so I'm not too hot on Deb and Hilly. Like when you think about it, you could say that they did the exact same thing by like going, yeah, it's like Wyatt and Gary are like sweet boys, but they were being sweet before, and well, they were being kind of creepy in the bathroom, but they seem to be gravitating towards them because all of a sudden they were cool too. Was it because they saved them? Maybe there's an element to that for sure. And I think that there's like a little bit of like, wow, any guy who saves me is kind of like automatically hot, especially if you save me from surly bikers. But at the same time, they saw them like in a new light after like they were the cool kids.
Yeah.
And they don't know these guys at all. They just know that these guys followed them into the bathroom and wouldn't leave, you know? Like, that's
And the
about
only
it.
thing that really saves them for me is the fact that I remember me being 15 and I'm like, oh, I was a stupid ass, dumb shit also
Yeah,
with a terrible moral code.
for sure.
So you get a pass because I too was like that.
Yeah, I mean, and once again, like this is like something that John Hughes is really, really good at, right? It's like
Yeah.
he's really good at tapping into kind of like these very real emotions like that teens have, these very real and kind of tribal mindsets, you know? he's really good at exposing that. It's not always very comfortable to watch, but
Right.
it's pretty accurate. So, but yeah,
Exactly.
the objectification thing is definitely the big one. But I will say that the film does a really good job of kind of subverting that when we actually do meet Lisa, because she isn't just a wish fulfiller. She actually puts them into some pretty compromising situations that they do not want to be in. And she forces them
Right.
to be in them. And she's like, you're going to learn whether you like it or not. It's like, sure, I'll give you a Porsche. I'll give you a Ferrari. I'll put you in like some more stylish clothes. I'll make you look cool. But I'm also going to almost get you killed by
It's unclear
bikers.
to me if she ever has sex with Gary. I feel like she does have sex with Wyatt, but she doesn't have sex with Gary.
I don't think she has sex with either of them.
But Wyatt, it's like she makes out with Wyatt and then he wakes up with her panties on.
Okay, we're about to get into the next my next big my next big crime.
Is it the statutory rape of a
Yes!
15-year-old little boy?
Yes, and you know what was so funny is like, okay, so yes, it's the statutory rape. So Kelly LeBrock was like around 24, I think, when she filmed this, and I think the actor who plays Wyatt,
Yeah.
he was, I think, around 15 or 16. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
like
was like
so the age gap is like pretty much true to life to what they said in the film. And when I first saw the film when I was a kid, I didn't see anything weird about Kelly LeBrock kissing him, but now I'm like, "Oh god, this is so bad." Like, he's 15, that's disgusting, that's so gross. And even though these guys do not mind it, there is a very apparent age gap and power imbalance probably here, even though they consider themselves the master of her, and she basically says, I'll do whatever you want. She is fully in fucking control this entire time. So then I started to think, is Lisa a groomer? Is she?
I don't think she's a groomer. Groomer's not the word I would use, but
Okay.
predator is what I would use. But again, they conjured her, so they created her. I just think that it's a weird dynamic. It's a weird power balance and it's a weird age gap. I don't know how to put it into words how it makes me feel, but a 15-year-old boy shouldn't be kissing a 20-something-year-old girl.
No.
That shouldn't be happening. There shouldn't be a sexual attraction there.
Well,
And
okay. I mean, look, have you ever met a 15-year-old boy?
yeah, yeah, they're gross.
Yeah, they're
All
disgusting,
of
and
them.
like, and they are
Even
going
when
to
I was
be
15, the 15-year-old boys were gross.
right. Yeah. Hormones, smells, everything.
Everything about them, they were disgusting, and until you're, like, 20, they remained gross.
Yeah, and then they're still 15, which is also gross. So I mean, it's okay. So a horny teenage boy who's 15, who gets put into a situation with Kelly LeBrock, is not going to say no, most
No.
likely. However, that does
I mean,
not
a
make
horny
it.
teenage boy that's put in a situation with a wet sock is not gonna say no.
Facts. I mean, if we accept Lisa as a fully sentient grown woman who is emotionally intelligent and pretty smart, even though she is built from a computer, then this does seem very predatory, right? I mean, it's like I feel like I have to really put on my blinders here. This one scene in particular where she's kissing Wyatt, because he does look so young and she looks like a grown woman, and I'm like, you could do so much better. You don't need to do this. This is not your job. This is not your job. And I felt this is like a teen boy fantasy. It totally is. It's totally inappropriate, and teenage boys fantasize about a lot of things that are inappropriate. But nonetheless, the statutory rapiness of it is definitely there. I still don't think, and I call it statutory rapiness because I don't think they actually had sex. I don't think they did. But
Even Hilly and Deb seem older than them.
yeah. Yeah, they did. They seem like maybe a couple of years older. But Wyatt looks so young. Like if you told me he was 13, I'd be like, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I
Like,
would have believed it too.
yeah.
I forgot the movie. He was in this other movie where he played a really cool, tough kid. I forgot what it was. It was a class of 84 or something like that. I forgot. Or Tough Turk, where he was like chain smoking. And he was just like the tough kid in school. And
I
I'm
don't
like, but he was so good in it. I can't remember what it was.
I don't
Damn it.
think I saw him in anything else. Wait, I'm pulling it up for you. Hold on one sec. Ilan Mitchell-Smith. let's see. He doesn't have much in his filmography, so this should be easy to find, but it was in the 80s, you said? The Wildlife?
Yeah, it was Wildlife.
It
That's a
was
great movie.
1984.
Yeah, it's a really great movie, and he just chain smokes and play a tough kid, and he's great in that.
He plays a tough kid in it?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, how funny. I
he's like a
cannot imagine him playing a tough
skateboarder.
kid.
Yeah,
He's so sweet and innocent-faced.
yeah, he is, but like he plays like a 14-year-old tough kid, like a street
Interesting.
kid.
I might need to, like, seek this out just to see him play a tough guy because I will always know him as Wyatt from Weird
Yeah,
Science.
he's great in that. So this kind of brings me to my next issue, which is like Lisa kind of functions as a reward system.
Okay, elaborate.
So throughout the film, Lisa's primary purpose was helping Gary and Wyatt, which is great. But for them to become more confident and successful for girls, the narrative is kind of structured with by improving the boys' lives. Lisa's own wants, goals, and futures are never discussed. They're never brought up in the open. They don't exist in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that exists and her only reason for existence is to be a point of pleasure for the boys.
So, okay, yes. However, from a story perspective, like if we zoom out like a little bit and look at her purpose in kind of like the moral of the story, she's there to fix them. And the thing that I took from it, which is kind of adjacent to what you're saying, is that even though she exerts a lot of power over them throughout the film, over the course of the film, she is ultimately in a subservient role because she is there to basically give them courage to fix these two broken guys who can't fix themselves and can't get courage for themselves or show, their resilience for themselves. Like they can't muster this from themselves. It takes a woman, this beautiful woman that they create to come in and make them popular and make them cool. And that's like ultimately like she is a tool. She from a story perspective, she is a tool to fix these guys who cannot fix themselves. And I'm not fixing anyone. Not anymore.
I think it's just kind of like her lack of consent
Mm.
is kind of what makes her that. It makes her more of an object than.
You mean like she had no say in whether she was built or not? Or
It's not even a matter of what she arrives fully formed. She's immediately enters the boys' lives. She never consents to being created. She never consents to this role
Mhm.
that she has in her life. And she's just cool with it and goes with the flow. That's kind of what makes Lisa awesome, though. Like, she's just
Mhm.
cool with everything. But she's giving so little autonomy. And what does make her great is that she takes autonomy for herself.
Mhm.
And that's what makes her amazing. And even though the movie eventually gives her agency, the setup of it raises questions about autonomy, ownership, and the question of who she is as a woman.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that. It's definitely like a complex thing too because I definitely think the guys got more than what they bargained for or what they thought that they were going to get when they got Lisa. Like I thought that they thought that they were going to get like someone who's just like, whatever it is you like the woman from Coming to America.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know.
What is your favorite food? Whatever it is you
Whatever it
like.
is you like.
Bark like a dog.
Fucking movie's great. Anyways, so she makes them go to this club that they would never go to. She makes them fight these biker guys. She makes them stand up to his parents. Like she forces this on them a lot. Like they would never have done this on their own. So in that sense, she is a very powerful presence in their lives. But at the same time, this is all in service of a greater goal, which is still putting her into a role of servitude, right? Because she is there to ultimately accomplish this task for them that they would never have done themselves.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah. So I agree with some embellishments.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, I'm nitpicking here because, in all honesty, I enjoy the fuck out of this movie. I think it's
Right?
great.
I
It's
know.
super fun.
Yeah.
I'm just nitpicking a little bit because that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to nitpick at this movie
She's like,
because it's
cuz.
silly. It's a silly movie. Chet turns into a turd. They have a giant rocket launches in the kitchen. They put the grandparents into a cupboard. Mutants attack. They destroy the house. The kitchen turns blue.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's great. It's amazing. It's completely off its rocker and we love it for it.
yeah.
Okay, I have one. So, a little bit racist. So,
Yes.
okay. Okay, I think everybody who's seen the film probably knows what scene I'm referring to,
I
and
knew
it's
exactly what scene you're
yeah,
referring to.
I
Yes.
know. It's like another trademark of a lot of 80s movies. Anyways, so the Lisa said she wants to go to a party, and so she takes them to this club where it is predominantly black clientele. And at first, the boys are just kind of like, I don't know if we deserve to be or we should be here, which is kind of like, oh God, here we go. These guys are just like, because like, the people there are like kind of like hard faced and sullen and kind of like serious looking and everything. Like they would like kick someone's ass for crossing them or something, which is like another trademark of like a lot of 80s films. It's like pack a club with
It's
some black people and it's scary
it's the
automatically.
exact scene from Animal House.
Yes,
It
yes,
is
yes, yes,
almost
for
verbatim
sure.
where they walk into the club and then there's the record scratch moment where everybody stops whatever they're doing and they look at the out of place white kids as they enter the club.
Right, right. And
And
but
that's
then they turn this on its head, kind of.
yeah.
When it cuts to a scene where Gary's so drunk, he's smoking a cigar, drunk off his ass, wearing like this purple fedora, and then starts talking in a black scent about this, how he was insane for this crazy little 8th grade bitch in this
Kick me in the
voice.
balls,
Kick me in my nuts, man.
man.
What you talking about on the telephone? I'm sorry. It's like the scene is like really offensive, but it's also really funny at the same time.
It's so good.
It's like it's so bad. It's like they've got to know that this is just wrong to do, but they just went for it. And I'm telling you, it's like I think as a kid, this was one of my favorite scenes in the entire film. I think I liked that all the barriers were broken down, and they were just like, she needs you in the nuts, man, and they're like totally engaged with this story and this kid telling the story, which I just found a little bit delightful. So I don't know. And that was like way back when I was a kid, but watching it this time, I was like, still kind of funny. Shit, damn it.
It is. My favorite scene is still the party scene. When everything goes AWOL
Oh
because they
yeah.
forgot to hook up the doll.
You forgot to hook up the doll. Yep.
They forgot to hook up the doll, so everything goes nuts. And then
Tits up.
the
Literally.
grandparents come over. And
Oh yeah.
I mean, everything about that entire scene. And when Chet finding the grandparents in the cupboard and Lisa's explanation of them, no, they're happy. They're not aging.
Look, they're smiling. They're just frozen. It's so good. He's like, you think my grandparents enjoy being catatonic in a closet? See, every line. I know every line to this film.
I will say one of the problems I wrote down is just the word Chet 5 times. I wrote Chet, 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 Chet,
Okay,
Chet, Chet.
shall we explore Chet?
Yes.
Let's explore Chet.
Listen, Bill Paxton is
A
R.I.P.
national treasure.
National treasure. He deserves a place in heaven. He has a place in heaven. One day I hope to meet him. He is a gorgeous, gorgeous man, a beautiful actor. Chet was a monster.
Count the ways, Aaron. Count the ways.
He liked to hit women. He liked to call women sluts. He seemed pretty cool with sexual assault. He liked to steal. He liked to hit family members. He liked to cheat. He liked to lie. Somehow he became the golden child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything about him was disgusting, and I never really understood why he kept his parents' love.
We'll never know. We'll never know. Maybe it's because he puts on like a different show in front of the parents. I mean, he did go and serve his country, apparently, right? He like went off.
I
Was he in
don't know
the
what
army or something?
I don't know what Chet's situation is. If he's I thought he was just like in military school. I literally
Maybe.
watched this movie dozens of times and I can't figure out what Chet does.
Do you think he
Like,
got
I
good
don't know if
grades?
he is in ROTC. I don't know if he's in military school, and I don't know if he's in the military or armed services because he is home awful lot for being in the military.
Well, this was just a weekend. This entire movie.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just a
I
weekend.
thought it was like over a couple weeks. Oh yeah, that's right. Because they said Chet's home. In the beginning, they say Chet's home, but he's home from what?
I don't remember what they said he's home from. Is it from college? Maybe it's from college. Maybe you're right about the military school thing. Maybe Maybe Chet has his parents' love because he was like an athlete in high school. Maybe he got like an athletic scholarship or something.
I think we're giving
Maybe
Chet way too much credit.
maybe he's good at fixing shit around the house. I can see that.
I'm looking it up.
I feel like he's probably like a massive dick to Wyatt, but maybe not to. Look, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I'm trying to come up with an explanation for like why his parents would love him more than Wyatt and why he's the golden
He
child.
was a military cadet.
Okay, all right. So
He was in military school. He was a military school cadet. That's all that says.
Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. Going to serve his country. They salute him, I guess. But yeah, okay, so let's get back to it because Chet is not a good person. I'm just trying to find maybe some good in him that's totally like ripped out of my butt.
Understood.
Anyways, go ahead.
So yeah, he's just a monster. That's all.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I had to like go back to the hitting women thing. Okay, so he does hit women, but he more specifically uses his rifle, points it into her nose, and presses it into her nose as she's lying down.
He threatens to kill people. That's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, and
That's
then
not good.
like he banged her on the head with the rifle and then banged Wyatt on the head with the rifle. I mean, I guess you could call him equal opportunity.
Yeah, and like you really shouldn't be like hitting people, killing people, threatening to kill people. Shouldn't be really walking around with a gun or a rifle.
I don't know. What would you do if you walked into your room and it was snowing? You'd make a snow
Probably
angel. I know
not
you would. I just know you would.
I wouldn't threaten a 15-year-old girl with a gun.
What if she
That
was...
wouldn't be my go-to.
Right. Well, what if she was like in bed with your 15-year-old brother who you hated?
Was it my bed?
No.
Then I'd probably wait for them to wake up.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice of you.
Because I don't think I would immediately think that they were to blame if it was snowing in my room. Because I feel like there would be like other magical issues going on. I feel like there'd be like weather issues or perhaps insulation issues. But I wouldn't immediately go to, oh, it's the 15-year-old brother and the woman that he's bonking.
Right, right. No, you're right. That was an extreme reaction. He shouldn't have done that. Did he do anything to... I keep on getting Deb and Hilly confused.
I feel like
the brunette one.
He called them sluts. I feel like he hit her too.
I think you're right.
At the end.
Yeah. And so he does that. He extorts his little brother and pushes him around. Yeah, not a good guy. And you have to cheer when he gets turned into a giant piece of shit.
Right.
So the story behind the Chet blob, by the way, is that the effects artists or something, like they were in the middle of like creating the blob and they were like, oh, this looks like way too much like Jabba the Hutt. And so the way that they fixed it was by giving it Chet's haircut on the top. Which I think is just a genius move because I do think it adds a lot.
It does. It really helps. It's so good.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Okay, so Chet is terrible, but he's supposed to be terrible. So I feel like, is that problematic? It's like he is a problematic person, but he's meant to be a problematic person.
Yeah. Like he's comic relief in a problematic form.
Yes, I mean, but amazing comic relief. Like when you say you have a problem with Chet, I'm just like, how can you have a problem with that amazing character?
Listen, I have a problem. I have a problem with him the way I have a problem with this movie in general, which is I don't. But we have a podcast, so I had to think about like 8 things,
right?
And I did, and I don't really have an issue with this movie at all because I love this movie,
right?
So,
incredible.
But there are issues. So when other people watch this movie, and I watched reactions of other people, these were things that were brought up, and everybody thought, "Hey, this guy is a little extreme for his little brother."
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's a significant difference for like a year and a half. What is supposed to be like a year and a half age difference.
Did I miss that?
He's supposed to be in military cadet school, and he's supposed to be like 17 and a half or 18. And so his little brother is supposed to be 15 and a half, 16. So he's a year and a half to 2 years older.
Oh, okay. I never did that math before. You know what I think it was? I thought he was always coming back from college or like some kind of like higher education or like from the army or something. I don't think I ever tried to do that math. But now that you say that, yeah, there's like a pretty big disparity there.
It's weird genes in that family, man.
Weird science. Ooh. Yeah.
One of my favorite little tidbits here is that like the parents, when you see them like come home or whenever you see them, they're always in the same clothes. Like,
yeah.
In the pictures.
I mean, yeah, because that's how you dress in the 80s when you're a square parent with no coolness to you whatsoever. That's the rule.
All right. So the last one I kind of have has to just deal with the fact that the film equates personal growth with getting the girl, which a lot of
Yeah,
80s films
a
does. I
lot of
mean,
them
listen,
do.
that's almost every single John Hughes film.
Yeah,
It's Breakfast Club, it's 16 Candles, it equates personal growth and your personal story arc with getting the person that you love.
right. And this, like usually it's attributed to like a woman. It's like, oh, I got the guy, and so now I'm complete. And here it's like, well, I got the girl, so now I'm complete. But I like one thing I would say is that like when you are 15 years old and you have never had a girlfriend or boyfriend in your life, and you finally get one, the fact that you got one at all is like a huge milestone. Like even if they're like terrible people. That's like your rite of passage into relationships and into the crash course of learning what you are willing to accept and what things you're not. But you're not even there yet because everything is so surface level when you're that young,
Right.
So a lot of it is part of like what shoots you into like becoming like a young adult or an adult is that first relationship, no matter who it's with. Right. But yes,
Right.
to your point, they definitely make it seem like as long as you get a somewhat vapid yet pretty girlfriend, then your life is complete.
Now, before we end this, I'm just going to throw in my counterpoint, which
Okay.
is very simple, and I think you'll agree with me, which is Lisa is never portrayed as the boy's property outright, even though
Mm,
she's never owned by them. They never say, "We own you, we
they
made
never
you."
say that. She
They
says
never
it.
say that, and I've seen movies where people say that.
Mhm.
She consistently refuses to be controlled by them, and Gary and Wyatt do not win Lisa at the end. And the final romantic pairings are based on more mutual interest than coercion, and the mutual interest is survival.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she goes off into the ether to go help other people. They don't
And
get to
she goes,
keep
"I
her.
wanted to see that sequel where she helps a basketball team. That would have been amazing."
Oh, drop and give me 20. Yeah, I would have absolutely watched that sequel. But you're right. Like I like the way that she does her job and she's like, "My work here is done. I got you two really uninteresting girlfriends." And that's all you need at that age. And so I'm gonna go away. And it's actually kind of sweet at the end, like when she gets like a little bit misty and all of them like are crying and they're gonna miss each other. And that's what makes me think it wasn't like a sexual thing because it seemed so that moment seemed very platonic to me and just kind of like out of genuine affection and not anything sexual. I don't know.
No,
But
she
you could be
was
right.
in the end, I think that she loved them in their way. She really she was very fond of them.
Yes.
She wanted to help them. She was broken up that she had to leave, but it was time to spread her brand of sexual magic to another group of losers and help them gain the confidence and go win a championship. And I salute her. She's great. We need that League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. She needed to team up with Teen Wolf and like other people, and they just go around and they help basketball teams win.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so great. But okay, so I think we can agree before we sign off. Like we kind of like go into like our favorite parts or like the pros, like especially if it's like a seriously problematic film. But I just want to give like a really special shout out to Kelly LeBrock because she is. I don't think I can understate or overstate, sorry, how phenomenal she is in this. And she wasn't like in a ton of stuff. Like she wasn't acting all the time, I don't think. Like she was like out there a little bit. She was mostly a model.
Yeah.
And she came into this film and like absolutely stole every single freaking scene. And the way that she interpreted this character just I don't know, just pumped way more life into the film than it otherwise would have been. Even like with the powers with the incredible comedic powers of Anthony Michael Hall, who is still at the top of his game in this film. She just owns this entire thing. And if there's anybody out there who has not seen Weird Science or hasn't watched it in a minute, I highly recommend that you give it a rewatch just to honor this incredible performance.
A shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Bill. Shout out to Gary's parents.
And the grandparents.
Wyatt's
Oh, Wyatt's grandparents,
grandparents.
you're right.
Gary's parents.
Yes.
The Gary, your son, Gary. No, I don't know who he is. Shut up. Who?
It's your little boy.
She's holding his picture. Gary.
Oh, I love this movie so much.
And shout out to Oingo Boingo.
Oh yeah, Oingo Boingo, thank you for the incredible Weird Science theme song.
So good. We need to do Back to School next or at some point because we just got to continue the Oingo Boingo doing 80s movies.
Yeah, we could. Okay, so the last thing that we always do, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what our answers are going to be to this, but we're going to do it anyways. We're going to say, wait, hold on.
I jumped it.
Fuck's sake. Check or cherish, Erin?
Cherish.
Okay, I cherish it too. I cherish this movie so much, not only because it was a massive part of my childhood, but I just think it's still a joy to watch. And I think it's really funny. And it does have some problems, but it is redeemed in the end with a surprisingly profound message. That as long as you beat up some bikers, you can get some really dumb, pretty girlfriends.
Yes. Yes. A small shout out also to Robert Downey Jr. in a totally throwaway role as a bully.
Yeah, he's a great bully. That hair, really, oh my God. Bully. I can feel like the depth that must have been used in his hair. I'm not talking about Johnny Depp. To you guys who don't know what Depp is, it was like this gooey, gelatinous tub
came in
of
3
styling.
colors.
It was
and
like
to
bright
this day,
pink.
I don't know what each color represented.
I don't know either. I don't know if they served any purpose whatsoever. But just like to sell to young kids.
Blue?
Yeah.
And yellow.
Yes, you're right. I think I used the pink one when I did get it. Like if I wanted to smooth my ponytail back, I did use that.
I think that I had bought some in 1984 and it lasted me until 2016.
It's like you're enriched uranium now, Jesus.
Like,
what has it turned into?
Little dab will do ya. Like you used such a micro amount and it kept your entire hair like for like a month and a half.
It was indestructible. You could get like sucked up into a tornado and your hair would be fine. It would make your hair just stand upright. And that's exactly what was happening to Robert Downey Jr.'s hair in this film. So, I mean, shout out to Depp.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any closing remarks, Erin, or have you said everything you have to say about this remarkable film?
Gary, your son, Gary.
It's your little boy, Gary. Okay. Thank you to everybody for listening. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.